everybody, I'm Gwendolyn Sterk of Sterk Family Law, and I'm happy to have my friend Cathy O'Hara of O'Hara and Friends Salon. Thanks for coming out.
And thank you for having me.
We enjoy talking to each other, and I know that one of the things you're great at is mentoring. Admirable, in fact. So tell us a little bit about why you think that's so important.
I think it's important because you have to help teach these kids to have a career. Right now, they're spending $25,000 on cosmetology school.
Compared to what?
Compared to $1,200 back in 1981.
For you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to give up after, 5 years. The statistics are, because I was a cosmetology teacher as well, every 100 students that would pass by after 5 years, only 5 would still be in the field.
That's very interesting. Wow.
So my job, I feel, is to help these kids and keep pushing them to make a career.
Right.
And to have their own money and to be able to support themselves.
And making a career, especially when you're servicing somebody, and there's a lot of service industries out there, it's not just about the service that you give, it's about everything you bring to it. Who you are as a person, how you market yourself, right? All the components.
You've got to have people skills. It's 90% people skills, 1% technical skill, or 10% technical skills.
Isn't that interesting? But it's really true.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to retain people. You have to know the ups and downs. Look, I go to the cosmetologist, and sometimes I feel good. Sometimes I'm crabby from work. Sometimes I just want to tell them about a horrible case I just had. And then other times I want to share something happy. So
yeah, and we're up and down all day.
You're really a therapist.
Yeah, all day long our emotions go up and they go down. So you have to teach young ones in their 20s how to be able to do this and be able to go home and still, and not think about it. Take care of it there. And in the meantime, you want to still have fun. And so that's what I try to do, is you get the basics in cosmetology school, but then once they come to me, I'll send a few of them for airbrush makeup classes. I'm sending 3 of them to hair extension class.
Okay.
Because you have to have 14 continuing education units every 2 years in Illinois anyway.
Okay.
We bring in educators. We teach them barbering, So this way, they're the whole package. There's a lot of salons out there that make you pick what you want to do. You're either a colorist, you're a cutter, you're skincare. Where at our salon, you do everything. We are full service, and this way, you're not specializing in one thing.
Right. And I think we were talking about, the ups and downs of the clientele that come in. You can't take it personally if somebody's crabby, right?
No.
You just have to deal with it head on. And in fact, if you put yourself in the same shoes, you have good days and you have bad days. There's days I'm happier than others.
Oh, all right.
Right? And so I think that that's important with a component. And then also the continuing education to encourage them to continue in a field. But I think that we've seen some changes in society, and sometimes people want to, rush to that success line without jumping through all those hoops.
Oh,
right?
You got to start at the bottom.
That's
You got to shampoo, you got to sweep floors, and you got to fold towels.
Right.
And keep the place clean. And then eventually you start working up. People get frustrated, but it takes a good 3 years to build a clientele.
Sure.
Now, and every Monday I casually send out a text of how everybody's done for the last week. And I call it Marketing Monday. Okay, you guys get on your social media. They have something now to help them build a clientele that I never had.
You never had, right.
No.
When you think about it,
they've got Instagram, they've got...
What did we do? Even before the cell phone, right?
You know what I did one year when I first got back into the salon thing? I got a job. You know how they had those coupons in the little bag that you'd hang on the fence? I got a job delivering those, but stuck my own coupons in there so I didn't have to pay to put them in there.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And my son would be on his little tricycle, and we'd go up and down the street and hang those on
doors, and that's what you did. You knocked on doors till you got it done.
Yeah.
I know by us, where we live, somebody was doing dry cleaning, and they brought the bags and they hung it on the door when the economy was really bad and said, we'll pick it up and deliver it to you. Anything to get the business.
Yeah.
And today I drive by the neighborhood and I think, boy, they sure picked up a lot of long-term clients doing something simple like that.
And you have to be personalized with people. It's all about forming relationships with your clients. It's forming relationships with your stylists. You have to let them know. You have to keep running on an even keel. You can be your friend, but the more you mentor them, or and have a respect between
Sure.
The two of you.
And the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
It always looks good. Let's jump careers. Let's do something else. I don't want to do this anymore. You hear the people say the different comments, but I got news for everybody. I've been doing my career for 30 years. You've been doing hair since 81. Guess what? I don't feel like going to work every day, do you?
There's days.
There's days. I mean, we try to make it fun. You
Yeah.
give back to the community. There's a lot of stuff that you do in a given time. But the other purpose of this is to say work is still work. And
Yeah.
we all have to work. I don't know about you, but I got to go to work.
And we got to show up.
We got to show up. That's
Yeah.
right. And, there's some basic things there. And instead of taking it from a negative perspective, we have to really reevaluate what it's all about. And if we can turn work into something positive by giving back, knowing that perseverance and the tenacity that you need to get ahead in life.
And I never ask anybody to do anything that I don't do myself.
Right.
I crawl right through it with them.
Right. And you've done all that.
Yeah.
I think about here, in the office and the different structures. I've done each job here or had some component or part of it throughout the years to establish the procedures. And I think that that's what's important. And I think that the mentoring process, which you're much better at than me, because sometimes I get a little bored with it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Trying to train somebody every time. And as I get older, I find myself losing patience. But yet, what you do with everyone is very ideal, and to move forward and to say we really have to come together, because you do have to move people through the system, and then we have to have a plan for longevity.
And sometimes it is disappointing when you get somebody trained and then they decide to leave. But the saying is you would rather have somebody educated leave than somebody uneducated stay.
That's true. Absolutely. So this is important. So if you're out there today and you run a small business, boy, that issue of training and mentoring people is something you have to deal with every day. And it takes work as a business owner, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's an investment, though, as well.
We're investing in our people.
That's correct. So nice to talk to you and nice to visit.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to you soon.